Alright, welcome back to another episode of Everything Supreme. Let me start off by saying the reason why I had to make another video is because when I recorded the first one initially, the SD card erased everything. Like, I don't know what happened. So here I am again, telling this shit again. I know I gotta smoke, so this little contraption here, you guys saw me smoking out of it the last time. It basically it's called a mouthpiece, MOUTHPACE, and I don't know what I'm smoking tonight. I think it's some Diesel. My boyfriend wrote it up. Again, I got that from Blair Wellness. It goes in, I don't know if y'all can hear my neighbor stomping, but whatever. It goes inside of this little hole, and you stick the blunt in like so, and then you light the motherfucker up. You guys can order this off of hutbucks.com. I'll put the link in the description, or whatever you YouTube people say. I'm still new to this. And yeah, we'll go from there. So, here we go with this shit again. I think I left off at him. Oh shit. Him not oh yeah. Me not having somebody to open, doors for me. So let me clarify this, because I got a message from an unknown person. He'll be unknown to you guys, saying that I was lying. So let me clarify. I'm gonna start from here. I never had anybody open the car door for me. The car door. Okay? So he was doing all of that stuff, wanted to be around all the time, was a complete gentleman, never made any type of sexual advances, sexual comments, never made me feel like he wanted anything from me sexually. So, like I said, some type of friendship was forged because of that. And then I ended up getting in trouble, some stupid shit in Baltimore, and I had to go to court. So remember I told y'all he was my mom's personal assistant. Anytime I needed to get in contact with my mother, it was easier to go through him, because she was always on the phone. So I call him, and I'm like, yo, I got a year's probation, this, that, and the third. Like, I just found myself talking to him more and more, because it was like I couldn't get to my mother. I always had to go through him to get. So it started off like that, and then like what I had to sing, praise and worship every Sunday at church. Days that I wouldn't come, I would hit him up and be like, yo, can you pick the songs for me, help a sister out. And he did that, and he was so cool about it. It was never any pushback. And yeah, so I started to like him a little bit, like in an admirable type way. I don't know if I said this in the last video, I can't remember, but yeah, homeboy got up and gave a sermon, and I'm like, I'm just not doing it. So all of those things stacked on top of being treated differently. Mind you, I was just in a relationship with the crazy dude, the cokehead from around the neighborhood, who was beating my ass but smashing me amazing. Like, so I couldn't figure out whether I wanted to get my ass beat or whether I wanted to get smashed. And this guy was a breath of fresh air, not to mention the guy that I was engaged to. Yeah, I had a lot of shit going on. Yeah, the guy that I was engaged to, he couldn't stay out of jail. So it was like I went from being engaged to fucking with this dude in the neighborhood to, breaking away from him, and then like liking this other guy. But I didn't like him like that. It was just like, oh, he's cool to be around. We never hung out without my mother. I would mainly see him when I would go to like her job, but he started to be at the house more. So like I would come home, he would be in the basement, One day I came home, Shorty was in my room watching TV, and I'm like, really? Like, what's this shit going on here? And I was high when I came home too. Got into an argument with my mother that day. But a little backstory on me with shit. Me with my walk with God. I really didn't have my own mind at the time. Anything my mother said, that's what I did when it came to God. Period, point blank. I just didn't really second guess anything she said. That's a key point in this. I'm not going to say I was brainwashed, but anything that I thought, if my mother if she said, no, that's not right, God said do this, then that's what I would do. Because it was like the fear of God was instilled in me, and that's just how it was. So, back to Shorty. During this time I was back and forth from Baltimore. And like I said, like, he became like really cool. So, fast forward to the day that I supposedly, and I say supposedly because I really don't fucking know at this point. Like, at this age, like right now where I am in my life, I question everything that happened. Like, everything. I don't question it too much now because, I mean, what's done is done. But, yeah. Excuse me, y'all, if I, like, keep pausing because the more I smoke, the higher I get. Shout out to Blair Wellness, Mouthpiece Filters, Mouthpiece, Hutbugs, all them good people. Yes, I am a patient, so this is prescribed. But yeah, and I know I say a lot, but shit, whatever. Damn, I forgot where I was. Oh, so the day that I supposedly found out or knew, I was getting dressed for work, and my mom was in her bedroom, and I was drawing on my eyebrows, which I did not do tonight, so it is what it is. And I remember saying, just like, fuck, I got an ashtray right here. I remember saying randomly, like, yo, I'll be glad when so-and-so get married, because it'll be just like I'm getting married. Why I said that, I don't know. I didn't smoke that morning, so I probably was a little, my brain was probably a little shitty. But, yeah, I said that. And then my mom, she's like, oh, Mookie Moo. I'm like, what, Ma? What? She come out the room, she's like, why you say that? I'm like, because, like, I don't know. Like, I just see that the guy wants to get married so bad. Why you staring at me? Did he? I'm gonna burn your ass up. Oh, I gotta remember to keep my head down, because in the last video I had my head up so many freaking times. But, oh no. Yeah. So she's like, why you say that? I'm like, I don't know. Like, Shorty want to get married so bad. I think it's cute, you know. He writes these letters to the Lord. He has a journal on, you know, the things that he wants to do for his wife and blah, blah, blah. And this, that. I hate that. So, I'm sitting there and my mom like, and I just asked her, I'm like, Mom, is so-and-so my husband? You know, because, you know, from what I was told, biblically, when you get married, you marry somebody that the Lord designates for you, and you don't engage in any sexual activity, you don't date, you're not allowed to date each other, you just straight up identify and get married. That's what I was taught. Did I believe in that? No. But I felt like all my options were exhausted. Like, I really feel like mentally I was in a state, like my room looked like a coffin. I had just got evicted from my apartment while I was in New York. I had roommates. Shit just went sour as I got evicted. I had to move back in with my mother. Me and her have the most iffiest relationship ever. I think because I'm so much like her. And she can't take it. And I can't take her sometimes. I love you, Mom. And I was living in a small room. I had been in a relationship with a motherfucker from Baltimore who had me driving back and forth to Towson every Thursday, putting money in his account. Then I started dealing with a dude that was a whole fucking druggie, like junkie druggie. You could never tell. He was like one of the functioning ones. And then now I'm just like here. Like I was in a fucked up place. I was so depressed, guys. Oh my god. And I'm not using that as an excuse. But now when I look back, I realize like when you're in a fucked up space mentally, it's easy to be controlled, and any good thing just looks like the right thing. Period. So yeah. My mom was like, "Is that what the Lord told you?" I'm like, "Yeah, is that my husband?" Like, "Is that what the Lord told you?" I'm like, "Huh? I don't know. That's what I heard." Shit, I don't know. That could have just been me talking. That could have been desperation talking. I don't know. At that time, that's what I heard. Well, that's what I thought I heard. I don't know. Yeah, so basically my mom confirmed it. Like, yeah, that is your husband. I'm like, I don't want to marry this nigga. Like, excuse me. Like, I don't want to marry this guy. Like, he's corny. He's not my type. It's just not gonna work. I like street dudes. And my mom took me to work that day. We talked about it on the way to work, and I was just like, So yeah, took me to work around 7 p.m., 7:45 maybe. I get a call from Shorty. He like, "Hey, Miss Jones," because he had like this real sultry type voice going for himself. And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up? Like, what's up?" And he like, "So, the Lord has revealed to me who my wife is." And I'm like, who might that be? "You, Miss Jones. Let me call you back when I get off of work." So, get off of work, I go home, I smoke a blunt on the back porch, and I call Shorty. And I'm like, we just talking, like, it was crazy. So, whenever people ask me, like, how this happened, I remember during this part, I would tell people, like, this is exactly what I would say. I would say, yeah, we were on the phone, and I asked him, how can I be in love with you? Like, how can I marry you, and I don't even love you? And at that moment, I felt like somebody poked a hole in my head and poured liquid love in me, and I was filled with love for him. Yeah, that's what I was telling people. Did that happen? Again, I don't know. The only time I question things or question that situation is when I'm talking about it. There's no need to question it, like I said earlier, because what's done is done. So, me and Shorty talked that whole night, the whole next day. Mind you, this was November 2014. I met him February that year. I gotta keep looking at my to make sure this shit recording, because it keeps stopping it. I don't know. So yeah, it was November, like late November, and I think they had like the Thanksgiving party, some type of party at the job. Of course I went, made myself look extra cute, and we was flirting. I had some champagne, some wine, some liquor, you know. We was flirting. We was looking kind of cute that night. And my mom saw it, and from the moment that she saw it, like in her classic voice, "Oh, y'all better stop that. Something's gonna happen. You're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get in trouble. Stop it. You know you can't do nothing before you get married." I'm like, no, first of all, I wasn't even looking at Shorty like that. Like, it don't matter how much I flirted with him. I was like maybe a month out of dealing with that old druggy boy, yeah, that had me open. So from that moment, it became like a pressure thing. Like, oh, you gotta hurry up, you gotta do it, you gotta do it, you gotta do it, you gotta do it. And I'm like, well, if we identified who we are to each other, you're my husband and I'm supposed to be your wife, then let's just plan things out, let's date. But What I was told was, biblically, once you identify your husband or your wife, then you just have to go ahead and get married. You do not date. There's no kissing. There's no sex. There's no nothing. No dating. Like, nothing. Y'all just go ahead and get married. That's what I was told. So, it was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of pressure. And on some real shit, I owe Shorty an apology for this next thing that I'm about to say. He got to a point to where, like I said, there was so many people in our ear. He was like, nah, I need to take a step back and I need to figure this out for myself. And what did I do? I'm like, damn, yeah, this is what the Lord wants, blah, 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 blah. My mom said it, you know, she's this, she's that. And I'm not saying that she's not accurate. This lady has been accurate about so much stuff. But that's something that I should have spoke to God about myself. And did I ever really do it? No. So for that, you, sir, know who you are. My apologies, because I should have let you figure that out, and maybe you would have gotten something totally different, and things would have been different. But it is what it is. But yeah, that was my bad. Not my bad, but I'm sorry. So back to the story. So I convinced him, nah, we gotta do this, blah blah blah, this, that, and the third. I remember this night like it was like yesterday. So here comes December. We got married on the 27th of December. Y'all, I went to some little dress shop in St. Charles Mall. Found a dress. The dress was like droopy in the front. It was white. It was horrible. His mom took me. My mom didn't take me. And she did the best that she could. Like, shout out to Miss A. I appreciate that. Thank you. We got the dress. The day of the wedding comes, and I'm in my mom's basement, and he's upstairs in, I guess, my mom's room, and I'm getting dressed, and my mom ain't helped me get dressed. And my ex-mother-in-law did, and my little sister, they all helped me. I think my aunt, I can't remember, but I was so nervous that day. So, boom. The wedding started late because my mom holds it up because her friend didn't get there on time, so we was waiting for people. So I ended up having to walk out the back door. Go out the back door, you in the alley. Mind you, I lived in Southeast, like around MLK, for those who know, in DC.